Well, hello. Thank you for joining me for another day in my garden. Today I am working in my holly bed. We have 3 Dragon Lady hollies in this bed, and I planted this big patch of zinnias this summer. They have been looking so beautiful all summer long. They have been filling in this space until I fill it out with some more perennials. They have been looking so beautiful, but unfortunately they have succumbed to powdery mildew and are just not looking the greatest anymore. So I decided that today I was going to take them out and make room for some of the clearance plants that I have been collecting over the past few weeks. I just want to overwinter them in this bed until next spring, when maybe I can make some more final decisions about them. So come along and join me for a day in my garden as I remove the zinnias and put in some of these perennials. I'm so happy that you're joining me, and I hope that you enjoy. Well, it is always hard to rip out those zinnias. They are just so pretty, but it was definitely time, and this feels so much better. Just like the other side, I feel like this bed can breathe again, and I can get some plants in the ground that I've been holding on to for a while, probably a month or a month and a half. I'm just going to put them in this bed for the winter, kind of like an overwintering bed, and then I can really fiddle with them in the springtime once I decide where I want everything permanently. So I'm gonna show you what I have real quick. I went a little crazy on the coneflowers on the clearance rack at Lowe's. I got 3 powwow wildberry coneflowers. I'm honestly not sure why I got 3. I don't really know where I want to put them, if I want to put them in this bed or not, but I'm gonna stick them in this bed for the winter and see if that's where I want them permanently, or if I want to move them somewhere. I'm just not sure, because I don't have the plants that I want for this bed. I don't really even know what I want for this bed, but I know that I want more of a variety than what I currently have. So it's going to be an ever evolving process. It's going to change over time, but I'm going to stick these in the ground. I couldn't resist the price. So I have 3. They're looking really, really bad right now, but that's okay. They will be fine. They will put down roots over the winter, and they will come back really pretty come the spring. And I also got I got 2 more powwow white coneflower. I already had 1 powwow white. It was stuck in the middle of a powwow wildberry that I had bought a couple months ago. So these were on clearance, as you can see. Not looking the greatest, but I just picked up 2 of them as well, just to kind of make a grouping of 3 to the 1 that I already have. So powwow white coneflower. This is the denim and lace Russian sage. I have one of these over in my crepe myrtle bed, and I absolutely love it. It looks great all season. It still looks like it's flowering. It's not really flowering. It's just the hint of color that the blooms have. They just have this like purple, almost silvery purple color to them fall until the frost, and so they just look like they have color from spring all the way until you get a frost. These are fantastic. I'll show you the tag. Hope you could see that. So it's the denim and lace, and they love full sun, they love neglect, they don't like to be fertilized, they perform really well, they don't flop over and split in the middle like some of the larger denim and lace, not denim and lace, the larger Russian sage do. So they behave really nicely. They get anywhere from 28 to 32 inches high and about 2 to 3 feet wide, I would say. It says minimum spacing is 34 inches. So just a nice plant if you don't have a lot of space. That's all that I'm going to put into this bed right now. I have some other plants that are going other places for another day. And then when I'm complete with this bed, I'm going to show you where I'm going to put my potted up purple smokebush. I just kind of randomly stuck these in this bed, like I said, just to overwinter them. I have these autumn joy sedum that I started from another clump of sedum over in another bed, and some creeping phlox. And I just finished out this little grouping of white coneflower right here. I do think that I want to leave the denim and lace Russian sage right there as kind of a centerpiece. And I put the powwow wildberry coneflower around it. I also had these Denver daisies from a couple months ago that I stuck in here. I don't know if those are gonna stay there or not, or if I'll move them as well. So let's just get these in the ground and they can sit nice and cozy over the winter. All right, plants are in, all tucked in for the winter. I did the grouping of 3 coneflower right here and the Russian sage in the center, and then I decided to just put the grouping of 3 powwow wildberry right here instead of putting it around the Russian sage. I just thought that seemed like an easier idea. I gave everything Biotone starter fertilizer except for the Russian sage. They do not like anything, no fertilizer, just they like to be left alone. So I didn't give that anything. And these will grow nicely. Their roots will grow nicely over the winter, and they will be really pretty in the spring and summer and ready to move around if I choose to do so. So let's go see where I'm gonna put the Smokebush. If you take a walk up here, we come to my patio. And right here, I have a little nook behind our Dragon Lady Hollies with nothing in it. This is where we store our hose link. And we have a little flagstone walkway. I had this is the Winecraft Black Smokebush by Proven Winners. And I had this over in my sunny border, my main flower border, before I replaced it with a Twombly's Red Sentinel Japanese Maple. And I have not been sure where to put it since then. They do like to get tall, about 6 to 8 feet. So I will have to keep it trimmed after I put it here, which I don't mind because I might be in the minority here, but I don't love the smoky plumes on the Smokebush personally. So I don't really care if I'm missing the smoky plumes. And I just think that it might be nice tucked into this little spot, that red popping in front of the Dragon Lady Holly, and just offering some really nice interest. And it gets this beautiful, vibrant red color in the fall. And I just think it might look really pretty here. And if it doesn't work here, if it's too much trimming, then I may move it out front eventually. I may create some beds out front someday. So that's always an option, or I can just give it to somebody, which I would hate to do because I do really like to use the foliage in arrangements with my zinnias. I think it looks really pretty. So that's my plan. I'm gonna put it here, and I think that's all the planting that I have for the day then. I'm going to my son's soccer game in a little bit, and I was trying to leave it down, but it's really hard. Now I can't get it out. Smokebush is all planted up. I think it's gonna look pretty there, and we'll just have to see how it goes with keeping it trimmed and just how it grows. I can always move it. That's my motto. So now I'm just gonna get everything watered in, and then I'm gonna call it a day and head to my son's soccer game. All right, that wraps up my day. Thank you so much for joining me again for a day in my garden. I have some more planting to do out front and something to put around the side of my house. So join me in the next coming days. Hopefully by the end of this week that will get done. But I hope that you guys have a great day and a great week. And thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.